During Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing last week, Senator Cory Booker claimed he was a modern-day Spartacus for releasing documents about the judge's past. Booker's grandstanding backfired big time, however, when those documents only ended up proving that Kavanaugh is a man of exceptional character. In the wake of Booker's humiliating mishap on the Senate floor, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas added insult to injury. "You're going to love this." Senator Cory Booker (DNJ) made a fool out of himself last week during Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing by claiming he was willing to jeopardize his seat in order to release confidential documents from the judge's past that Booker claimed would prove Kavanaugh is a bigot who believes in using racial profiling to discriminate against certain Americans. "I have letters here, sir, that have asked for, now, the one email specifically entitled racial profiling that somehow, literally the email was entitled racial profiling, that somehow was designated as something that the public couldn't see," Booker said. "I am, right now, before your process is finished, I am going to release the email about racial profiling. I understand that the penalty comes with potential ousting from the Senate, upon further examination, which Booker probably should have done before embarrassing himself on the Senate floor. The documents actually revealed that Kavanaugh was not racist. In the January 2002 email produced by Booker, Kavanaugh, who was working as a White House attorney for then-President George W. Bush, was advocating for race-neutral security measures in the wake of September 11. The fury over the documents led to a letdown for Democrats. The documents only demonstrated that in 2002, soon after the 9/11 attacks, Kavanaugh was against the racial profiling of people while working for the Bush White House. Kavanaugh told colleagues in the email that he favors effective security measures that are race-neutral for airports, and he is against race-based remedies for law enforcement in the aftermath of the attack. Source: The Daily Caller. Furthermore, the email had been cleared for release by Bush's documents representative prior to Booker's dramatic proclamation that he was willing to risk his position in the Senate to make sure it went public. But Booker wasn't done embarrassing himself yet. He also compared himself to Spartacus, opening the door for some pretty hilarious criticism from his colleagues. "This is about the closest I'll probably ever have in my life to an 'I am Spartacus' moment," said the New Jersey Democrat. Senator Marco Rubio (RFL) mocked Booker by tweeting, "On this day in 71 BC the Thracian gladiator Spartacus was put to death by Marcus Licinius Crassus for disclosing confidential scrolls." When informed days later that in fact the Roman Senate had already publicly released the scrolls, Crassus replied, "Oh, okay, my bad." Rubio wasn't the only one making Booker the butt of his jokes, though. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas also brought Booker's embarrassing faux pas up during a speaking engagement with the Federalist Society. During the event, Justice Thomas was asked about the general politicization of the Supreme Court by politicians and preserving the legitimacy of the court. Thomas scoffed at the question, saying that justices need to be honest and follow the law. Thomas then said that the word honorable needs to be used more in relation to those in public life. Thomas said, "Honorable, if we could use that word about more people who are in public life, people who actually ask the questions at confirmation hearings, instead of Spartacus." Thomas was interrupted by loud laughs from the audience in the room, who loved the dig at Booker. He continued, "But as long as we're looking at our interests or scoring points, or looking cute, or being on TV. Especially the legal system, how do we maintain it? If you can't debate hard issues honestly, with honor, with integrity, how do we keep a civil society? When Justice Clarence Thomas starts mocking you, you've definitely hit an all-time low. Tell us what you think of Booker's ridiculous antics by leaving a comment on this post."